show. My name is Jon Stewart. Look at that. We've been gone. We just got back, and we've been gone like a week. It's been a week, or a decade, or what the f***? Like, oh my God, so much has happened in that week. In fact, I believe perhaps it's best to describe what's happened through a short one-man black box play. One that I truly hope will be Tony eligible. Can I get give me a little like shtetl music? Democrat. Oh, so sad, so cold, so hungry. The world is dark. The world and the future, she is bleak.
The president's ditch has gotten even deeper.
There's no path to victory.
The worst nightmare kind of scenario.
It's a doom loop. We are trapped in a doom loop.
That's the worst kind of loop. Why couldn't it have been one of those loops made of fruit? But alas, my bowl is empty. Condemned to a life of misery and minority status in key subcommittees. Oh! Nothing will ever change our sad fate.
Breaking news, President Biden dropping out of the 2024 race.
Say that again. But who will guide us out of the darkness? Who will take us there to the promised land?
Tonight, breaking news, Vice President Kamala Harris, now the presumptive Democratic nominee.
A political earthquake.
There is a new pep in everybody's step.
In the span of a week, Democrats have gone from the despair of a certain Trump presidency to the joy of a statistical tie. Right now, that feels like victory.
Already, the prospect of her candidacy has injected enthusiasm and energy.
She's received a tsunami of grassroots support and cash.
She's raised a staggering $200 million since President Biden dropped out.
It's a Zoom world record. More than 100,000 white women mobilized for Vice President Kamala Harris.
100,000 white women. That is a giant group of white women. I believe the scientific term is actually a goop of women. That is called a goop of women. $200 million they've raised. A united, enthusiastic Democratic Party. A huge reversal in 1 week. And they said it couldn't be done.
Joe Biden is going to be the nominee.
This is fantasy stuff. This is good for TV, but Biden's not going anywhere.
This is not an Aaron Sorkin, West Wing episode here. This is real life.
Joe Biden is our nominee, and he will be our nominee.
We literally have three choices as Democrats. Either you vote for Donald Trump, you vote for Joe Biden, or you stay on the couch.
I think we know which one of those options J.D. Vance would opt for. Even I don't feel good about that, Joe. What do I know, a simple pink pony grandpa. Let me explain very quickly. That's fairly a reference to being a Chapel Roan fan, which I totally am. Now, somebody in the audience, we have young people come here. But listen, man, the pundits all said it couldn't happen, but it did happen, and the Republicans are not very happy about it.
They just steamrolled democracy.
The Democrats are trying to hijack democracy.
The ultimate election interference.
This was a coup inside the Democratic Party.
A coup d'etat.
A bloodless coup.
But I get it. If I thought I had this thing in the bag, and you were going to be going up against old Joe Biden, and then they pull this, I'd be like, ref, open your eyes. How can you not see they're cooing? They're cooing. And by the way, I love that guy's disappointment in the phrase bloodless coup. This is a bloodless coup. What kind of fun is that? At least we brought bear spray and nunchucks. But you know what? I do understand that they're upset. It makes sense. So how about we do this? Out of fairness, I'm a fair person. You can replace your old guy, too. That's fine. Even Steven. By the way, speaking of your old guy, he responded to the change to Harris in the Trumpiest way possible.
Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social account, quote, "So we are forced to spend time and money on fighting crooked Joe Biden. Now we have to start all over again. Shouldn't the Republican Party be reimbursed for fraud?"
Do you have any idea how much money on Let's Go Brandon ear bandages I've spent? Made in America via Bangladesh. My Trump is too Jerry Lewis. But what's done is done. You're going to have to shift gears, recalibrate. You've had Cookie Joe and Sleepy Joe on speed dial. You're going to need a new line of attack.
She doesn't like Jewish people.
Join the club. We're getting crushed out there. Right now, I'm not even sure how much we like ourselves. It's not like the old Seinfeld days when we were riding high, you know, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. You can get a bagel in Iowa. Yeah, give me a schmear in Ames, Iowa. Of course, that attack may ring hollow, seeing as Kamala Harris's husband is, let me check my notes, Jewish. Do you have anything else that could denigrate all of Kamala Harris's accomplishments by suggesting it's merely the power of the Jezebel?
It is relevant when a young candidate tries to sleep her way into politics and into power. And that is what it appears Kamala Harris did.
She's never earned or won anything. Like she was legitimately handed her original posts in California state government because she was sleeping with Willie Brown. And then he backed her in her race for San Francisco DA.
Okay, Squeaks. Listen. I don't know, guys. You're being awfully subtle here. Isn't there a grosser way you can say that?
Kamala Harris, she's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got where she is.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of substantive and elevated take from a guy who looks like he's one Mike's Hard Lemonade away from getting in a fight at his sister's wedding. You little tuft of hair on it. You're not fooling anybody, Baldy. So sexist saying Kamala Harris slept her way to the top. Joe Biden and Donald Trump literally slept their way to the top, and we never heard a peep about it. Does anybody have a substantive critique?
Her record is extraordinarily radical. Let me say at the outset, Kamala can't have my guns, she can't have my gasoline engine, and she sure as hell can't have my steaks and cheeseburgers.
Sir, I don't want to be rude, but it does appear that you could at least share some of your cheeseburgers. Looks like you'll still be okay, is that right? Tubbs. Good to see you have mutton chops in case you get hungry. But is Harris really that radical?
If you combine Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, you get Kamala Harris.
If you combine Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, you get Kamala Harris. That can't be. You know what? There is an app that actually does that. Can we? Neil Patrick Harris! Oh my God! It's Neil Patrick Harris! I love that guy! He's the best! Come on, guys. Nobody believes Kamala Harris is the second coming of Karl Marx. And even when they get substantive policy critiques, they undercut them immediately.
Even when she was in California, she was very soft on crime.
The same Kamala Harris, who as a California prosecutor and attorney general, put people in prison to use them as cheap labor.
She's too soft on crime. She's too tough on crime. People, we open in 3 months. You're flailing. Dig deep.
There's one final thing that nobody talks about. She's hated by people who worked for her.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Everybody that worked for Kamala quit.
A very aggressive, angry, bullying boss.
She's not a nice person to work with.
She's a terrible boss.
Your candidate's Donald Trump. His catchphrase is literally, "You're fired." He's the Anna Wintour of authoritarian wannabes. Donald Trump hired 44 cabinet members. 75% of them want nothing to do with the guy. His Secretary of State called him a f***ing moron. His chief of staff said he's the most flawed person I've ever met. You know why he needs a new vice presidential running mate? I'll tell you what, he tried to get the last one killed. That's right. No! Terrible! They're flailing. You know what? If you want something done, do it yourself. Donald, you're going to have to hit Kamala with one of your magic nicknames.
Laughing Kamala, Laffin apostrophe. Laughing. So now we have a new victim to defeat. Lion Kamala Harris, Lion, Lyin apostrophe.
You know what? I hate to say it, guys, but you tried. You gave it your best. I kind of think you're going to have to go back to your classics. It's worked for you in the past. It's your comfort zone. I think you're going to have to play the hits.
I think she was a DEI hire.
100%. She was a DEI hire.
She would be the queen of DEI if she were elected. She is DEI.
I think that this whole DE&I token hire of Kamala Harris has already been exposed.
This woman, this disaster whose only qualification was having a vagina and the right skin color.
So I guess she's black. Or is she?
She's not African American. Her mother's from India. Her father's from Jamaica. She grew up in Canada. And she married a white Jewish guy, so she has no common experiences with black Americans.
She's not one of you. She's not even married to one of you.
She's also about as black as Rachel Dolezal.
This is how desperate they are. Is she black? Is she Indian? Nobody knows.
2 races? In one person? Now I've seen everything. I heard she sent a DNA to 23andMe and it broke the computer. I don't know what to do. Goodness gracious. If these people ever saw a Pizza Hut / Taco Bell, they'd lose their f***ing minds. What is this, a DEI restaurant? For more on the Republican response to Kamala Harris, we go live to Washington, D.C. with senior political correspondent Josh Johnson. Josh, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Josh, you've been down in D.C. Everything is flying around. What is the latest, Josh?
This is a tough one for them, John. Kamala Harris is a confusing candidate for Republicans. They feel she's too young to be president, but too old to be a woman. Right? But they do have some very promising areas of attack. She's too short. She's bad at video games, all of them, all right? Grand Theft Auto, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Super Mario Party, Mario Party Superstars, Grand Theft Mario Party. Oh, and she laughs funny. You know, the laugh of a drunk girl who lost her purse and then realized she actually was wearing her purse the whole time. You know? America hates that kind of laugh. It's not that funny, Stacey.
I mean, where do you think the attacks are going to land?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I really think the winner is going to be, she's black!
Oh, okay.
Sorry for yelling. That's how it was said to me.
Just yelled, she's black!
No, they have all kinds of attacks ready, all right? I'm seeing black, black woman. I got this one, American African, which sounds scary when you flip it like that.
Yeah. Yep, I can see that. I can see that. That's a tough one.
They were looking at me when they said this one. Like you, but lady. Also got some more black, blackety black. Urban doesn't crack. At least they know. I can't even say this one. Oh, my Lord. From Kenya. I think that one is left over from the last time someone was, you know.
Black.
You said it, not me.
So, black on every page?
It's most of the words.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah. Black to you, John.
Thanks, John.